Hello, this is Black Femme Beauty, and I am back doing an energy reading for Aries sun signs. Aries sun signs, we are asking Spirit for messages for Aries sun business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. Aries, if you're new here, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. Aries sun signs, business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. What's going on with Aries? I'm getting newness, trouble, a little bit confusion. That could be separate or it can lead into the cards. Aries, business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. Aries, sun placements. Business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. Aries. Happy birthday, Aries. It is Aries season, so this video is for all Aries business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. Messages for Aries. We have the dead end. This is 40. And we have Venom. We have 50, 63, equating to a 9. And we have Anime Mundi, or Mundi. This is 50, 60, 75, 78, equating to a 15, which is a 6. All right, I'm going to get into this intuitively. So, what is the dead end for Aries sun sign, business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs? Somebody wants to switch lanes. They're getting bored with this shit. So you may still want to be in business, brand ownership, entrepreneurship, but whatever you're doing, whatever you were doing, I'm hearing verbatim, to get you the coins that you have now, you want to switch it up. Not that you want to give it up, you know, probably always. I feel like that is in you. But you definitely want to switch it up in terms of, I feel like if you're a business owner, brand owner, Aries, you want to go into entrepreneurship and do something else. What is this in the physical? The dead end. Like you feel like you've reached your pinnacle in that lane. Not that you've reached your pinnacle in life as a person, or even as, you know, what you deserve and what God has in store for you, but in a certain lane you feel like you've reached your pinnacle. Yeah, so you need to do, or you are doing, some soul searching. This is Virgo energy, right? I don't feel like you need to get with a Virgo, right? Because sometimes you just need to partner up with somebody else, right? I feel like this is more so like you need to get in the energy of Virgo and go within and see what that lane switch is. See what else you're passionate about, you have that fire about with this dead end, because it's dead end in a certain thing. Like it doesn't excite you anymore, but I feel like it's more so like it doesn't challenge you anymore. I know for me, and I'm not an Aries, I am a Virgo, but for me, like once I get the hang of something and I know the ins and out of it, And it's just like, okay, did that, did that, did that. It's just like, all right, what's next? What's next? All right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you do. So we have Venom here. This is 50, 63. Yeah, that's a 50, 61, 62, 63. That's a 9. And this is 40. 4 stability, all right? You want to switch that up. XL, 10, L, 50, 40, equating to a 4. You want to switch up the foundation, right? We established that. You want to switch lanes. You want your bread and butter to be something different right now. You're still going to do that, but it's just like you don't want that to be the only thing that you do. It's getting harder for you to do what you originally did to get the money, the prestige, the branding that you have, because it's just like it doesn't excite you anymore. So going within, right? I didn't repeat that. All right, so with this 50, 63 equating to a 9 completion, we have the Venom. Looks like it's a moon here in the mouth of, what is this? The Venom for Aries. Business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. The problem is you have to release what no longer serves you. So, okay, you got this that's not motivating you, not challenging you anymore, but this is also, you've leveled up, but there's certain things that you are still consuming, still embarking on, or we just say consuming, because whether you're eating it, you're participating in it, you're around it, it is your consumption. Whether you're reading it, watching it, whatever, you're still doing that with something that is no longer serving you. So we talking about death twice here. We got the dead end and we have the Venom. Venom, we're going to talk about the snakes now. Venomous snake versus a poisonous snake, right? Venom is definitely going to kill you. Poison, sometimes it could kill, sometimes it could just be harmful if consumed. We got the dead end here. The dead end. Yeah, I'm breaking it down remedial for the knuckleheads, right? Respectfully, Aries. And Virgo, if you got Virgo in your chart, because that just came up, even though this is an Aries reading, and we got that Virgo hermit mode here. But we got the dead end and we got the Venom, right? Something that you are still consuming, partaking in, partying, dealing with, sleeping with, buying, eating, drinking, reading, being in friendship and space with somebody is I'm going to say it's slowly unaliving you, right? But it may not be unaliving in the physical. It may just be killing your drive, your ambition. And we already talked about your drive and your motivation dead in this one business aspect you got, right? That gets you money. So it's just like, is it that, or is it that you haven't leveled up? Because I talked about how I'll get bored with things. It's like, check that box, did that. But have you checked off at like this first lane? Has it provided everything that it needed to provide for you? Have you got the glory, the notoriety, the accolades, the money, you know? And if it was just money, okay, cool, you got that, right? But in order to get to this next stage of this entrepreneurship, to switch lanes, you're going to have to release something. There's always a sacrifice, baby. There's always a sacrifice. Hello. Always a sacrifice. Something I had to learn, child. Woo, woo, woo. Clarify this in the physical, the Venom for Aries. This could relate to Aries moon, too. I want to say Aries rising, but it's getting Aries moon. What is this Venom in the physical for Aries, business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs? So it's just like you can't keep wanting something different or do something different You know, you're doing the same thing, expecting a difference, right? So this is who you're in celebration with. Friendship, lovers. Clarify this even more. This deterioration, this venom, this slowly unaliving you, slowly siphoning your motivation, possibly even your creativity, is happening. I'm getting faster than the speed of light. I was told don't take these because they kind of fell out. Or faster than the speed of light. This is happening like you're gonna fucking look up and it's like, how did I get here? I'm getting that's something to do with the money. You're gonna see it first in the money, like your coffers draining. Coffers is like an old term, right? Like an old English term, right? You're gonna notice like you ain't spending more than usual, but you still have less. But what your income is still the same and your out source is the same, but somehow you still have less. That's an energy siphon here too, and it causes you to be unmotivated and lack motivation. You have been in your head about it, thinking it's you, and it is you, but it's also outside of you too, because it's who you are sharing space with, sharing energy with this friendship, collaboration, creativity, community. It's that community, right? Like I said, it could be slowly unaliving, like not you. It could be like your motivation, your will, your drive in something, right? So when there's a siphoning and you first see it in your money, it is usually a siphoning of creativity. Creativity lies in your sacral chakra. If you're new here, right, I talk about healing chakras, 7 major chakras, meridian lines, as well as Chinese 5-element theory. So creativity and whatever else comes up, child, while I'm channeling, it's terms of healing, energetically, tangibly, and intangibly, right? Orically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You get it. Creativity lies in your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is where your reproductive organs are. So, and the element for that chakra is water. Water, you see that little water there, right? The negative thoughts, the self-imposed thoughts, the restrictions, the internalized grief. Water in this 3D world we live in is also represented not just by emotions, because when we talk about tarot, we see cups and we think emotions, right? Love, partnership, but it also represents money. Because in this 3D plane, in this earth, we speak about money as if it is what? Liquid assets. What do you have liquid? What is what kind of currency? You go to the bank, you know, things of that nature. So, like I said, the siphoning is happening quickly, and the first things that you will notice is your money is different. You got to work harder to get what you normally got, and it was a breeze to you, right? And it's like, now I'm working harder and I'm getting less, or I'm not getting less, but it feel like I got to outpour more to get what I was getting before, and I only had to do like 1 or 2 things. Now I got to do 3, 4, 5 to get the same money. You need to sacrifice. You need to release something. And it may not even be a sacrifice, because it may not be to your detriment, but you need to let it go. Let her go. Let them go. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? It could be a habit or a way of being in yourself. It could be, you know, things that you indulge in, right? Tangibly or intangibly. Now we have regret, failure, disappointment. Like I said, before you know it, you'll look up like, how did I get here? This 5 of Cups. Regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, grief. I'm getting more so loss in the money, because I'm hearing cha-ching, 10-10 on the timer here. All right, so now we have this anime mundi or mundi. I'm using an archetype deck, right? And I'm reading it intuitively. Okay, now what is this here for Aries? Business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. What is this here for Aries? Business owners, brand owners, and entrepreneurs. I'm getting like turn back the clock. I'm just seeing a reversal. Clarify this in the physical. Turning back the clock. Something you may have missed here. Clarify this in the physical. You see this card, you have a lot of eyes on you. Again, I'm hearing some type of siphoning, right? And I mean, this high priestess came out, right? Intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine, feminine, trust yourself. But your energy has been off. We got these eyes on you. It's not giving like evil eye, right? It's just giving like psychic monitoring. Now we had, let's see here, public recognition, victory, progress, success, new beginnings, love, creativity, more intuition, celebration, joy, harmony, marriage. You need to trust yourself and move forward. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. Even with this shit here. What you waiting on to action it though? I'm getting like stealthy. Like you don't want, you want to kind of like, and I mean I get it. It's just like you don't want somebody to like to see it coming, especially if this is intentional, or even if it's not intentional, it's just like this just don't work for me no more. Like it's taking more than what it's providing. It's not providing peace, profit, or joy here. So like I said, I feel like you can switch lanes, but you're going to have to make a sacrifice. You're going to have to release something and let something go. But you already know that is what this is telling me here. You already know that. You going back to square one, right? Guidance and direction. I'm also hearing. You want to balance it out. You want to get back in balance with yourself. Transition, change, leaving behind. Yeah, so like I said, you gonna make the move. You could be stealthy with it. It's going to take I wouldn't say some time, but like just some you adjusting to these new changes, right? These new ways of being. Anytime you make a sacrifice, you gotta change, you gotta adjust. And it's like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. And a lot of it is you gotta rest. Yeah, but we got transition, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. So you are gonna do it. And I feel like you in that energy now. So I haven't, this video seems more like a confirmation or to affirm what you already had in your mind. In terms of moving forward in business, branding, and entrepreneurship. Aries Sun. Invigorate, Juniper. I'm just hearing trust God. You may, I mean, Juniper gives me crown chakra energy, right? Most people think about Juniper because the juniper berry is used to make gin. But Juniper represents, somewhere I read, Juniper represents the crown chakra. And crown chakra is how you connect to your higher self, as well as God. Yeah, it's used to support the crown chakra by fostering spiritual connection, clarity, and protection. So I feel like you are going to lean on God. That's what got you here, right? You trust in yourself. Like I said, this ain't nothing. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know. So you are going to lean on God as you should. But also with that being said, right, I feel like with here, this high priestess, and the sacrifice you're making, you may be being told to do something differently than what you've been doing, clearly with this sacrifice, right? But with that being said, it like, when in doubt, just pray about it. That's what I tell my clients, like, okay, what I'm telling you is what I'm getting and channeling, but if it doesn't resonate with you and your team, and when I say you and your team, I mean God, your ancestors, who you pray to, who's supportive of you, who guides you and directs you. But I'm mainly talking about God, right? Then don't fuck with it. But I feel like you, Aries, you at least the ones that's resonating with this, you put God first regardless. And I get it. So it's just like, when in doubt, fall back on pray, pray, pray. Even if it is praying without ceasing. Because there are moments in the past where it's like I was going through things and it was just like I needed some clarity, didn't have it. And literally I was at jobs where I was at my job and I would just pray all day. Pray all day until I felt better. All right. But like I said, I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know here. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and or comment. If you would like a personal reading, all the information to request that will be listed below in the description box. Thank you, Aries.